I'm remembering that this isn't for anyone else except for myself. And if it just so happens to benefit someone else along the way, then that is a net positive. But I can't hold myself to these unrealistic standards when I'm just in the beginning phases. And I think that's something that me, I don't know about you, maybe you, tend to forget when we're learning. We expect ourselves to be at level 17 when, baby, you haven't even hit level 7 yet. Maybe you're not even in level 3. You're possibly just getting out of that little trial portion. You know, when you're playing, what is it? Super Mario Party? Super Mario Party? I want to play that when I go to my sister's. When you're playing that game and then it lets you practice the mini game before you actually do the mini game. So sometimes we're just beginning the mini game. Sometimes we're not even in the main game yet. Sometimes we're not even out of the trial yet. And being kind to myself, because I have to instill positive habits, or else they will, compound interest into really bad habits over time. And I've been there before. We've talked about this, and I'm probably gonna talk about it again. We're here to learn, not just me helping you learn. I'm helping me learn. And from me helping me learn, that in turn may help you learn. So we're all learning. Hi. You guys are a little further today. I rearranged my room a little bit. If you didn't notice, this little thing was kind of where you guys are, but down below, obviously. Whew. I need to pull myself together. I felt like I was about to film, and then I felt like I was gonna pass out, and then I realized I had barely a meal today, and it's already, at the time it was almost 7 p.m. and I had barely had a meal. So I needed to nourish myself, and I was literally editing today's video talking about self-care and death. It was the death and rebirth episode, diary entry, don't know what to call it. I literally have zero makeup on. I feel like I'm super glowy. Put on some lip just so I can feel better. My hair is a little long. I'm gonna go to my sister's house and she's gonna trim it a little bit. Oh my god, everything's happening. But I skipped yesterday. I let myself rest yesterday and told myself I would film today. Today ended up being a lot more busier for me than I thought it was gonna be. It took me pretty much the whole day to edit the video I was editing to post today, and then I still have to make sure I film enough. We're at this place still where we're about to hit a week of posting. I'm still finding my groove. Obviously, I was still working in the very beginning stages of filming and editing and posting. So now that I'm today was my first official day as a free bird, as a free agent, as a essentially full-time creative person. I now have the freedom to structure my days a little bit more intentionally versus trying to make it all happen while balancing whatever it is I needed to be balancing. So I'm giving myself a lot of grace. I'm obviously still a week ahead for you guys, so we're still on track. I just want to make sure that I'm on top of it, and I'm coming to this place where while I do want to batch content, for what this is, like these diary entries, they can't necessarily be super batched. I know that there are a couple of them that I've filmed twice in one day, but I can't have that for every single one of these entries, at least for this 30-day thing that I'm doing. After that, the videos can be whatever it is I want, but these diary entries need to be accurately following the timeline of what is going on right now. So, to backtrack, today is my first official day off from nannying, possibly forever, fingers crossed. I feel really good. Yesterday was a somber day. Let me take a sip before I kept talking and just held it open in my hand the whole time. Yesterday was a somber day. I was enjoying the time spent with her and allowing myself to grieve. It's very, very funny how Death and Rebirth was today's video that I was editing. Not coincidence. Everything faded. I put her down for her last nap, and then I was like, oh, I should read one more book to her. I hadn't read to her in a minute. We just had been playing, and then I was also like in an editing thing. And she's also very curious about things. She likes to look through things on her own. She's kind of impatient right now, whatever. But I put her down into her crib, I was like, I should read one more book to her. So I pick up this book. It's called The Pout Pout Fish or something. Oh, you know, I was reading it. I, no joke, began to cry while reading this book to the girl. It was just solidifying it in me that I will not read another book to her. Another one of the books that we have been reading for the last 7 months. And I got through the whole day. Her last nap was at 1. So literally at the very tail end, I got emotional. And I was just like, maybe she feels the energy, because she was like looking at me in a way. And I was like, maybe she feels it. Like maybe she knows. And then when I was saying goodbye, her dad was trying to be like, you wanna give her a hug? Say bye-bye. And because she's gotten used to seeing me again the following week, we were assuming like maybe she doesn't understand. Or maybe she's just like, peace out, girl. But she's also a Gemini, so she has attachment issues. I'm also getting distracted because I like how far I am, because I get to lean in and do my stuff and not feel I am all up in your business. Because I was editing the one from today and I kept leaning in like this and I just felt so close to you guys. But I'm also nearsighted, so I can't really see what's going on. But I guess that's a good thing, because I should stop looking in the viewfinder. But I also like looking in the viewfinder because it'll get blurry. Or anyways, I was feeling, okay, where do I want to go with this? So I was kind of low sleep this whole past week, just because I was editing literally all day until I post, and then I begin editing the new one, and then I was working, so then I would have to wake up early and then do my thing, and then I'm editing in between everything that I'm doing. And so it was really great that I've built already this habit, and I'm excited to create and to edit every day, and then it pours so nicely into my creative well that when I work on music later on, I'm not so bummed out and out of energy, because I had been working on music for so long of a period in that, in that creative time. Like I'm more focused when I work on music now. And I think this whole thing that I'm doing is doing so much positive for myself as a creative and all the endeavors that I pursue. That being said, so yesterday I had little sleep. I didn't get to take my nap, I don't think. No, I was editing all day. When I got home, I didn't take Finn on a walk first. I was doing something. I think I was finishing and then uploading. Yeah, I finished the edit, uploaded, and then I took a nap. I think it was maybe an hour and a half nap. I took Finn on a walk, and then because I took a long nap, and I was feeling all the energy from saying goodbye to nannying and then saying hello to this new life I'm currently creating, I needed a change. So I literally stayed up maybe until 2, almost 3 a.m. going through all of my stuff and learning how to cut ties. It's hard for me because I'm a collector and I like my things, but I also have a hard time letting go, even though I know I don't use those things. Oh, I see what's happening here because this is on it. It's confusing. Okay, hopefully that helps. We're still getting used to this particular setup, guys. Don't speak to me, non me. And so I moved this. I was like, this section felt so claustrophobic to me, and especially because this is the area that I do pretty much everything: office, self-care, at least in the skincare world, hair care sometimes, unless I'm in the bathroom doing it. I write here, I'll work on music here unless I'm wanting to use my closet as a booth, since I have a small walk-in closet. I had my plants right here because I liked it having the sun, but then it was just like there was a little shelf thing here, and then immediately my desk, and then my drawers, and then the wall. After my shelf is my bed, and everything on this wall was just touching, and then the window is just behind it all. I tried at one point to clear out this space in front of the window, but then that would put my bed facing away from the window instead of... Oh, scared the shit out of me. Myself. Instead of me laying alongside the window and being able to look out, I would be not even able to look out of my window if I'm laying in my bed, unless I'm facing the opposite way. And I don't like that. And then I also didn't want my feet going into the closet. I don't want to put my bed here because the door is right there. Like, I don't want to put my bed in the middle because then I lose all of this floor space right here. And then if I shift my desk this way, I lose the light. I also will have the mirror facing my bed, and I just don't I don't mind this mirror. I used to not like that mirror being open, and so I used to cover it. I don't know if I have any videos showing that. I used to cover it with a scarf, like a big silky scarf or satin scarf. And then if I wanted to use it, I'd take it off. But it was always covered because it's facing my bed, but then it doesn't really show me anything. And if I'm laying in my bed, it shows me like the wall. So it's not too like woo-woo for me to have that facing this way. And it's also nice when I film, if it's daytime, it's nighttime right now, it'll be bright or you could see the sky or something. So it creates depth, I believe. I needed space. And so I was thinking in my head, what could I do? I was like, I can shift over the desk a little bit and then have more room on top of the shelf, because the desk, part of it, this side sits on top of the shelves or the drawers, and this side is on the legs. This side is on the legs. And then the shelf, this one, was right here. I was picturing it in my brain. I'm like, okay, what if I move this here and then just move the piano a little bit more? And then I cleaned up this little spot right here. It was just a stack of books on the floor. I think that's it. But I'm going into different sections of my room as time goes on and just clearing through. But then I'm also, as a creative person, there are things that I need. Like I have lighting. Where is that now? Right here, down here. You guys can't see it. But I have like a box of lighting. I have the microphone. I have my sound booth. I have my skincare, obviously my hair care. Some of my hair care is in the bathroom. My makeup. I cleared through my makeup because I don't really wear a lot of the makeup that I have, but I'm always thinking, what if I need it? And so that's my issue. I'm a what if I need that later on type beat. And so I'm learning how to detach, but it's tough, And then I can't really go through all of my closet because the cold season hasn't started yet. And that's a lot of the stuff that I don't know I'm going to want to utilize. I'm slowly going through all of the spring summery clothes that I literally did not touch at all this season and or grew out of in size, because little BB wants a butt. And in order to have a butt, you gotta take up more space. And as much as I can have like a little like small like upper area, like I want a nice chest. And pro tip, I think it's the natto. I eat a lot of fermented soybean as my breakfast. I was also eating a lot of, bee pollen. I don't even know how long it was, maybe a month long of me making every single day a pitaya bowl or a dragon fruit bowl. And then I would put a bunch of bee pollen in it. And apparently that's supposed to help increase your chest size. But I wanted to say, I didn't realize it, but it might be the natto because that's soybean. And there's also like the issue with soybean not being good for women. You know what? I need to go see a doctor. But I want to find a holistic doctor that's not just gonna be like trying to put me on medicine. I want to take out my birth control. There's so many things I want to do. Now that I have the time, I need to optimize it and utilize this time that I have to really do all the things that I was putting off because it wasn't fitting in my tight schedule. Now that off stage is closed for a little bit, I don't feel tied down by wanting to take class. I probably won't be dancing. Oh, this is not September yet. I probably won't be dancing. Okay, so this will be the first week, and then that's the 9th. Yeah, I won't be dancing for 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. Unless I take a class in LA, but that's only like every so often, not like off stage where I would dance almost every day in the week. Yeah, I'm really excited. There are a lot of things on my list to do and to take on and to focus on, but I'm learning and reminding myself that I only have 24 hours in a day. And as much as I want to be like, okay, from this hour to this hour, I'm going to do this. And then from this hour to this hour, I'm going to do that. And from this hour to this hour, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Like, I would literally have a laundry list down to the floor. You know, those scrolls that they do, and then it rolls down the stairs. That is the kind of to-do list that I would create for myself every single day. And then I'd get overwhelmed because I was running out of time and I wasn't accomplishing enough, and I would get so stressed, and then I'd be racing against the clock, and then I'd just miss out on sleep, and then I'd oversleep the next day, and it would throw me off. That I'm learning, okay, maybe let's do these 2 or 3 things. Maybe it's only 1 or 2 things. And now that I have my whole day available to me again, that's not just the weekend. We're gonna have to allow ourselves to take the step back and realize, okay, how can I really manage this effectively? Because I do like having, the 75 hard challenge that I've been doing. I've been doing like a 75 soft because I'm not super aggressive with myself on checking off every single thing. But I like some of the things to be regular things that I do. Like meditating, I like to meditate almost every day. But if I don't meditate every day, I'm not gonna be too mad. I do like completing upwards of 2 45-minute cycles, but then if a workout isn't 45 minutes in length, as long as I complete in total, 1 hour and 30 minutes of working out, then I'm chilling. It just has to add up to the amount that it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? We're learning how to healthily compromise without without losing what it is that we're trying to accomplish. I can't think, but you know what I mean. This is a nice place to be. I like how today started. I woke up a little bit before 7 when I'm working normally. Before these last 2 weeks, on the weekends I would just sleep in. My alarm would go off and I'd be awake for a little bit, and then I'd go back to sleep, and then wake up once my body was telling me I can't sleep anymore, and then I'd have a headache, and then that ruined my whole day, and then I would be like, oh, I slept in a little too long, I'm running behind on my schedule and the things I wanted to do today. And so today I woke up a little bit before 7. I saw Peaches because I was watching her with my mom today, and then I did my morning pages, and then I got up and I walked Finn, and then I walked Peaches. I walked with them. Finn was 30 minutes, Peaches was 50 minutes. And then after my walks, I started editing. I think it was almost 11 by the time I started editing, or maybe a little bit before 11, 10 or 11, somewhere around there. And then I was editing until 2. 2 is when I put the captions in, and then once I put the captions in, I make sure that all the captions are correct. And then if I have any more cutting down to do, and then I typically try to find that beginning section that I like to do, my little hook in the beginning before the captions, but sometimes it happens after the captions because I just don't know what I want yet, and I need to hear everything once more after I've trimmed it all down. Oh, I needed to take my phone in, so I was watching the video, and then I was trying to contact Apple to see. I was debating on doing an express replacement, but then if I did an express replacement, it cost $99 for the service, and then they put a hold of like $1,100 on your card until they receive the defective phone without having a steady source of income. I just didn't want to do all that. I also didn't want to pay $99 for something that should only be $29, which is just replacing the back glass. I remembered I took my laptop to this place over here by me that is an Apple authorized location, and they were pretty fast, and I was hoping I didn't have to leave my phone, because remember when I went to Best Buy, they said, oh, if we order the part and do the service for you, we're gonna have to take your phone. And I do a lot of work through my phone. I unfortunately need my phone because I'm posting on socials, and then I'm doing work for Mr. Man. You know what I mean? Like I am doing work that involves my tech, and I can't leave my tech for extended periods of time. And so thankfully I went to this place I had a plan B to do the express replacement and figure that out if I needed to, but that was like my backup. So I went to this place, and thankfully the guy was like, oh, we don't need to take your phone, we just need to order the part still, but once we have the part, then we'll just take the phone for a little bit and have it back to you same day. He was explaining all the pieces that come in the ordered part will essentially make my phone a new phone, like a refurbished phone. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. I don't remember what were that he said weren't included. I didn't remember. But anyways, so I have that checked off, so I don't have to think about it anymore. I need to invest into a good phone case. And he was explaining something about so what I'm assuming happened, which is what I'm pretty sure happened, because it's like the most damaged spot, is that when I dropped my phone, right where the lens is, it must have hit something in this area, and that shattered it. Because I've dropped my phone so many times in this particular case that there's no way it started from anywhere else except for this one exposed area. And so there's those lens cover things, and then he was explaining one that slides out or opens out like this so that I don't compromise my lens quality by having the solid lens cover, you know what I mean? There are things I need to look into, and I need to buy more screen protectors. So that's taken care of, thank God. And the guy was really cool, and we were chatting while he was doing all the things that he needed to do to help the process. And so I'm going to take that off my list and just wait until I hear back when the part comes in. It's probably around Tuesday or Wednesday next week. And then I get to go back to my regularly scheduled programming. Oh, and that's what happened. For some reason, it was taking so long for the video to process. And so it's almost 9 o'clock now. It just finished, as you guys heard, finished exporting. I still have to make my cover photo thumbnail, and then I have to upload it to YouTube, and then that takes a little bit. It'll probably take maybe 30 or 40 minutes. I'm not trying to post at 10 p.m. I can just post twice tomorrow and make sure my second video that I'm going to post for tomorrow, which is tomorrow's video, is all set and done. But we're good. I'm remembering that this isn't for anyone else except for myself. And if it just so happens to benefit someone else along the way, then that is a net positive. But I can't hold myself to these unrealistic standards when I'm just in the beginning phases. And I think that's something that I don't know about you, maybe you, tend to forget. When we're learning, we expect ourselves to be at level 17 when, baby, you haven't even hit level 7 yet. Maybe you're not even in level 3. You're possibly just getting out of that little trial portion. You know, when you're playing, what is it? Super Mario Party? Super Mario Party? I want to play that when I go to my sister's. When you're playing that game and then it lets you practice the mini game before you actually do the mini game. So sometimes we're just beginning the mini game. Sometimes we're not even in the main game yet. Sometimes we're not even out of the trial yet. And being kind to myself, because I have to instill positive habits, or else they will, compound interest into really bad habits over time. And I've been there before. We've talked about this, and I'm probably gonna talk about it again. We're here to learn, not just me helping you learn. I'm helping me learn. And from me helping me learn, that in turn may help you learn. So we're all learning. I just wanted to catch you guys up because it's been, at this point, maybe 36 hours since I talked to a camera, and I didn't post today, and so I was just feeling antsy. I touched on this earlier. I wanted to skip today, but then I already skipped yesterday, and so I just wanted to make sure I did a little something. Maybe on the day that I post this, I'll give you guys a second one, just cause I love you. I'm gonna go. I love you. Be kind to yourself today. If it's daytime for you, cut me off during my goodbye. If it is suntime, if it's daytime, get some sun. Maybe get some sleep if it's nighttime. Drink some water. Nourish yourself. Please don't do as I do. Do what I say. And eat. And don't take your Thermovex. I take this one thing that's helping my metabolism speed up so that I have more energy and then metabolize faster. But because I had no food in me, it was metabolizing my insides, and that did not do good. And I saw the result of my naughtiness. Ugh, I'm also, everything is telling me to go. I will listen. We're gonna do without this light then. Please turn on. Okay, we have it for a little bit longer. I'm gonna go for sure now because everything is telling me to go. I love you. I will talk to you soon. Okay, no light. Ta-ta, I guess.